Okay, hello. I want to welcome you to the last presentation. So in this presentation, I'm going to talk to you on how to do referencing. Okay, because this is one of the components of your paper, which is very essential. And if this is not done, your paper can be rejected. So it's very important that you learn how to do this so that you don't get your paper rejected by the journal. Okay, so now let's go to the coverage. So we are going to look at in-text referencing, and then we'll look at the reference list, and then referencing styles. So in-text, reference list, and referencing style. So why do we have to do referencing? Okay. All right, so acknowledge the contribution that other authors have made to the development of your project. So you need to do reference in a way to acknowledge how other researchers have contributed to your work, okay? You need to inform your readers of the source of your quotation, the source of your theory, and then the source of your data sets, okay? And so on. And then that will also enable them to be able to read further in case they need more information in relation to your study. They will be able to quickly find them. So if you don't provide references, no one can read further or read beyond your study. Okay, so that's why it's very important that you provide references, okay, in order to help your readers read more or read on things that are related to your study. Okay, number three, demonstrate that you have understood particular concept proposed by other writers while developing your own ideas. So if you don't do the references, it means that you don't really understood the concept you are talking about in your study. But if you do referencing, it means that you really understand. You really understand the concept you are writing about. Okay, you really also understand how your ideas were developed. Okay, so if you don't do referencing, anyone who reads your work will say, "Oh, this guy doesn't really understand how to develop the concepts in his paper." Okay, number four, provide evidence of in-depth and breadth of your reading on the subject. Okay, so if you do referencing, it means that you are providing very, very deep and very, very wide, uh, very, very deep and wide uh, concepts. So anyone who reads will really get, wow, this guy has really gone very deep. This guy has really read very wide. He's really a good scholar. So it really makes your reader love you if you can provide all the reference. Wow. So assuming I'm reading something and then wow, there's a reference there. Wow, I was wow, this guy really read a lot. No. But if I don't really write any reference, no, your paper actually becomes boring. So you have to understand this. Okay. So this is your okay. This is the next thing is the reference list. The reference list. So this is your list of all the sources that you have cited in the text. Now we are talking about the reference list. So after you are done doing all the citation in the text, everything you have included in your text should be provided in a list below the main work. It should be listed, and that is called a reference list. Okay, so the reference list includes all the books, the ebooks, the journal, the website, etc. in just one list at the end of your document. Okay, so you should be able to provide a list, and everything which is inside the manuscript should be included in the list. So if you provide something and then you don't include it in the list, if the editor gets to find out, it means he's going to reject your paper. Okay, so understand this. Now the next thing is, what is a bibliography? What is a bibliography? Okay, so a bibliography includes items in which you have consulted for your work but not cited. Okay, in the main body of your text, you have consulted but you did not uh, add them to the body of your text. Okay, so the list should appear at the end of your piece of work after the reference, after the list of reference or the reference list. This demonstrates to the reader or examiner the unused research you carried out. Okay, so you can add the reference list or cited literature, and then after that you can add a bibliography. If ever you consulted some books, some literature, but you did not use them directly in your paper or in your manuscript, then you can add the bibliography as well. However, if you did not do anything like that, there's no need to do that. Okay, so when to cite? When do you need to cite in your study? Okay, whenever you quote, you paraphrase, or use another person's work, okay, in your own writing, you must indicate this in the body of your work, okay? So whenever you quote, you paraphrase, or you synthesize somebody's work and use in your own work, you need to indicate, okay? You need to indicate. You need to show, you need to reference, okay? So you have to provide full details of the source in a reference list. Okay, that's all the sources you have referred to directly in your work. Or a bibliography, which is all the sources you have read in the course of your work, not just those you have cited. Okay, so note this, that this is when you cite, when you paraphrase, when you quote, when you use somebody's work, when you synthesize somebody's idea and use it, then you have to cite. Very important. Okay, so your reference list should include details of all books, okay, journal articles, and then the websites or any other material you have used in your work. Okay, so you do not need to reference number one your own ideas or observation. So don't reference your own idea. Don't keep adding your own name. Don't keep adding your own name in your paper. Okay. You don't have to reference information regarded as common knowledge or general knowledge, and then don't reference your conclusions. Okay. All right. Now this is very helpful. This image here is very helpful. So let's see. So when do you cite? Okay. When do you cite? So we can know it by asking this question. Did you think of it? Did you think of it? The answer is yes. I thought about it. It's my own idea. Then do not cite. Don't cite it. Okay, in your work, don't cite it. But the question is, did you think about it? No, I didn't think about it. Well, is it a common knowledge? Oh yeah, it's a common knowledge. Then don't cite it. Don't cite it. Is it a common knowledge? No, it's not a common knowledge. Then you have to cite it. Okay, you need to cite it. So you can use this to guide you when you are confused whether to cite or not cite. Okay, you can use that. So how to cite? How to cite? The way that you cite references depend on the reference style you are using. Okay, so the way you cite depends on the reference style you are using. Okay, there are many different reference styles, and you must ensure that you ensure that you are following the appropriate style, and also it should meet your discipline's requirement. Okay, so you have to check the reference style and then check the discipline requirement. Okay, because usually how citation is done in social sciences might be different from how citation is done from maybe physical sciences and so on and so forth. So you need to cross check. Okay. Commonly used references are this one. We have the Harvard, we have the APA, we have the MHRA, we have the MLA, and then we have the Vancouver. Okay, so you have to cross check with your journal which of these is used by your journal. Okay, however, the most commonly used are the Harvard, the APA, and the MLA. Okay, these are the three most commonly used. However, MHRA and then Vancouver is also used by some journals, depending on the discipline. Okay, but usually for both physical sciences and for social sciences, uh, usually they use APA and then sometimes Harvard too. Okay, so you have to just cross-check with your journal, just cross-check with your journal, just to be sure which style the journal is using so that you can follow. So there are two steps involved in writing citation. There are two steps. Okay, number one is the in-text citation. In-text citation. So in-text citation enable you to indicate in your work where you have used ideas or material from other sources. Here are some common examples, okay, using the open Harvard style. Okay, so this is an example from the open Harvard style. It might not be the same for APA, okay? So if, for example, your source is a book written by Winner and published in 2016, okay? It's written by Winner and then published in 2016, your in-text reference will follow one of these formats. Okay, it could look like this. Previous research study into brackets Winner 2016 supports this claim. Okay, so it could look like this. Again, don't forget this is Harvard style. Okay, or it could look like this. Previous study by Winner 2016 supports this claim. Or it could look like this. This theory is supported by a recent work. Okay, so the differences between these three is like this. Okay, now for the third example, okay, this is used at the end of the sentence, not inside the sentence. You got it? Okay, at the end of the sentence, it is used. Okay, I hope you get it. It is used at the end of the sentence over here. Okay, and then the first one here is used in the sentence, in the middle of the sentence. And this is also used in the middle of the sentence. Okay, now note here, here in the first example, we have winner and 2016 both in the parentheses. Both in the parentheses. Okay, and over here in the second example, only 2016 is found in the parentheses. Okay, so the difference here is the by, the by here. Okay, so here we read like this. Previous research studies by McWinner. So immediately you put by here, then the winner must not be added to the parentheses. The winner must not be added to the parentheses. Note this. However, if there's no preposition like that, then you can put both winner and 2016 in the parentheses. Okay, so that's the difference. Inputting both the name of the author and the year in parentheses. Okay, another difference is that if the reference or the citation is used most of the time, if it is used at the end of the sentence, then both the author and then the 2016 or the year need to be put in the parentheses if it's at the end of the sentence. Okay, so you can use this. You can use it this way. Both the author and the year in parentheses. Number one, when there is no by, there is no preposition here. Okay, then both can be put in the parentheses. Or when it is citation is used at the end of the sentence, then both the author and then the year is put in parentheses. So I would like you to take note of this, how to write this, so that they don't get confusion to you on how to use them. Okay, step 2, list of references at the end of your work. So everything you have cited in the text of your work for the journal, okay, for example, the articles, the web pages, the podcasts, the books, and so on and so forth, should be listed at the end of your work. They should be listed. Okay, so each reference should include everything you need to identify them. And then you need to identify the source, which is the book or journal, and use the correct referencing format. Okay, from the guide, from the author's guide, to create the reference. Okay, so you need to indicate all the information about your reference. Okay, so if you include items that are not specifically cited but are relevant to the text or of potential interest to the reader, then you include that in the bibliography. Okay, you have to include that in your bibliography. Okay, so if you want more information on how to do the citation, you can check in the link I have provided here. For the 7th edition of APA, you can check the information here. Okay, if you're using Harvard, then if you go to Google and you type in Harvard style of referencing, okay, it will take you directly to the source. Or you want Vancouver, you just type in Vancouver reference style in Google, and then it will give you the information you are looking for. So basic format to reference journal articles. So your reference should contain author or the author's name, okay? And then it should be followed by the initials. So the author's name followed by the initials. And the year of publication should also come. That is put in brackets. Usually for APA, that is put in brackets. And then it should contain the article title. So first, the author's surname, the first name, the initials. Okay, the first name and then the middle name should all be in initials. And then after that, the year of publication, and then the articles title, and then the journal title, which should be italicized for APA style, and then the volume. Okay, the volume of the journal, maybe volume 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, the issue number of the journal, okay, usually put in brackets, and it should not be italicized. Okay, the page number of the article, the DOI or URL, and then the first line of each citation is left adjusted. Okay, every subsequent line is indented 5 to 7 pages. Okay, so it looks like this one here. This is a typical citation for APA. So we have the author's last name or the surname here, and this is the first name of the author, and then the year of publication. This is the title of the paper. This is the title of the paper. This is the journal's name, Primary Healthcare. Okay, this is the volume of the paper. Okay, volume 26, and this is the issue number. Okay, and over here we have the indentation. So you see that the first line is adjusted to the left, and then the second line is indented. So you have to follow the same style. And then over here we have the page number, and then we have the DOI. So the DOI can be here. If the paper has no DOI, then you have to use the URL. Okay, you have to use the URL. And using URL, you can add something like retrieve from, blah, 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 retrieve from, and then you paste the URL of where you got it from. Okay, so some online tools you can use. So these are online websites that can automatically generate the reference style you are looking for. For example, if you click here, you go to BibMe, and then you open the link, and then maybe you got something from the internet and you want to cite it in APA. So just copy the link, paste it in BibMe, and then you choose APA, and then click search, and then it's going to give you the reference you need, or the reference needed in APA. So all these, you can use them to generate the reference you need. So there's no need to stress yourself trying to find out, how do I cite this one? How do I cite this? It's from a book. How do I cite? No, you don't have to stress yourself. Okay, you can go to any of these and then just do it. Open the link, go there, you copy the site, you copy the URL, or you copy the reference, the reference or the citation. Just paste it in there and choose the reference style, and then search, and then the outcome is going to be the reference style you are looking for. Okay, this example here, okay, let me show you how to do it. I'm going to click this. When I click this, it's going to take me to the reference, to the site. Okay, and then when it takes me there, I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so we are over here in this side. Maybe I got something from, okay, maybe I got something from here, from this side here, from crepes, crepes, okay? And then I want to cite this in my work in APA style. So I copy the URL, then I go to cite fast. So I'm going to put the URL here, and then I'll go up here. Maybe I want APA 7th edition. Oh, it's gone. Let me copy again. Let me paste again. No, no, no. Okay, let's use that. Okay, this is cite fast. APA 7th edition. It's a web page. Okay, I have to click here because it's a web page. If it's a book, I need to click here as a book. Okay, if it's a journal article, I need to click here. It's a journal article. And others, if it's social media, encyclopedia, online video, and so forth. So everything you need is over here, which you can use to do your referencing. So over here, it's a URL, which I use. So I'm going to paste my URL here, and then I'll click on this, and then I'll go to search. Okay, so over here, it gives me the citation. Okay, this is the citation right over here. I hope you can see it down here. So this is the citation over here. So test noise cancellation, no there, curves top, like that. So this is the APA 7th edition citation for this URL that I used. Okay. Let me see if I can do another example. Okay, what if I got something from Facebook and I want to cite here? Okay, so I'm going to paste it in here. It's a web page. Then I'm going to get your site. Okay, and the citation will be provided here. So every information I use, I can, with the help of online resources, I can easily generate the citation without any problem. Okay, so uh, all the links I provided over here should help you. They should help you. All these ones should help you to do your citation without any complication. Okay, so every source you use, you can automatically generate the reference type, whether APA, MLA, Harvard, Vancouver, and so on and so forth. You can generate them, can generate it using these web links I have provided here. So doing referencing should not be difficult because there's enough tools that you can use to generate the reference you are looking for. Okay. So this brings us to the end of our discussion, and this is going to be the last discussion. Okay. So again, we are going to do the level 2 of this training. Actually, this training, it's going to be like 4 or 5 levels because I want to cover everything that you need in order to be able to do your paper and get it published. And then it's a little broad. They cannot be covered in all. They cannot be covered in one training. So it's going to be 4 or 5 levels. So next month on August 22, we are going to have the second level. And I want you to register, sign up because uh, it's really going to equip you the knowledge you are going to gain is really going to help you. And then this is knowledge which is going to stay with you for your entire life. And then I'm going to give you very helpful materials that you can use for your research. So I encourage you to sign up for the next training, which is bound to happen on August 22. And then it's very, very cheap. Okay, the regular fee is $950. However, there's a promo which is 800, so you can do your early registration and have it for 800 only. Okay, so I'll be waiting for you to sign up and then participate in the next training so that you can equip yourself with all the knowledge you need in order to get your paper published. Okay, thank you for taking part in this webinar. Okay, so the videos are already available, so just get hold of them. You can watch them again and again, okay, just to master everything I'm talking about. All right, God bless you. I'll see you in the next training. Okay, bye bye.